for deres navne.
Navnet er på et
Hvorfor er det ikke billedet?
hvem spiller det?
DarkEuphoria med os. Jo.
Nå.
Hvorfor er det den, der ikke lige lukker?
Alright. Det ser ud som om vi er klar til at gå videre med finally. With the bracket stage. Awkward transition to English.
That's how it is.
I've just been talking a lot of Danish, so I forgot. Anyway, we're ready to go to the. Is there a problem? Hey!
There we go.
Pictures of players. That's nice. So we're going to the bracket stage, right?
Yep.
And it's a top 16 bracket, so we'll have.
We should have more games now
Yeah.
and more consistent.
They'll be more streamlined, so every time we finish a game, there'll be a new game waiting for us, so you won't have to endure hour-long breaks again.
Yep.
And first match, BravoMike versus DarkEuphoria.
BravoEuphoria.
Yeah. And do we have their classes as well?
Yeah, it is loaded up.
Is it updated?
I think I should. Just gonna test if they are correct though. I think they shouldn't. Yeah, they are correct.
Cool. So it's a Paladin Warrior Hunter versus Shaman Priest Warrior. This time it's right now it's best of 5, which means that they have to actually win with all of their decks. They can't just choose not to play one of them. So both are playing Warrior, and the other classes are completely different. What do you think about these matchups?
Well, it's all about Shaman not hitting Priest, I guess. It's kind of hard to say because earlier Priest was. That doesn't make sense. One player is playing both of those.
Yep.
So I guess it's all about if that Paladin deck is a super aggressive deck, just trying to hit it with a deck that can actually beat the super aggressiveness. I think Warrior has a hard time doing that.
I think Priest is pretty good actually.
Yeah,
because it has a lot of AoE.
If it's Dragon Priest throwing down a 3/6 taunt on turn 4 is pretty good against aggression from Paladin. And Shaman as well, getting out a early Totem Golem can help you keep the field alive. So it's really just, are we actually going into the games now?
Yeah, we're going into the games. Hopefully.
So yeah, I think it's all about not hitting Paladin with Warrior and trying to hit Hunter with Warrior for DarkEuphoria's side, and for BravoMike the opposite is of course correct. Hearthstone / sticks. Yeah.
Like this?
Yep.
Hey, classes.
Classes are a work.
Okay.
So a strong start from DarkEuphoria, having Twilight Whelp and an activator and double Northshire might actually be really strong. So yeah, the obvious play 2/3 on turn 1.
Do you just drop the double Northshire on turn 2?
Yeah, I think he could if it's a very aggressive hunter. I don't see any other play, and also having 2 on the field kinda ensures that you get some of your value back. You're gonna draw at least 1 card, if not more. And we are going to see his hand in a moment. There we go. 1 hidden. Nope. Things are really moving about. So here you coin. The question is whether or not you coin the mad scientist.
I think the scientist is okay, but the problem is that it's just gonna train. But that forces your opponent to actually spend 2 mana on healing it, unless they want to have like.
Yeah, that's true. You could just play Northshire, but I kind of like this decision not to.
Yeah, you
because you got a dark cultist, you have
you get the
something to do.
free value of the the max value of the heal. And you know most of the hunter minions are 2 health minions anyway, so you're gonna basically be able to kill anything with this dragon.
Yeah. What trap is it that is down? Is the question. It's not freezing trap, so it's probably explosive trap, and the second one's probably
Snake trap.
Oh, snake trap. That's very interesting. That might actually be. I don't think DarkEuphoria expects a snake trap.
Yeah.
So it might be procced just because of that. So a eagle horn bow, that is a really important draw here. Being able to kill one of these clerics immediately. Which is, that's important for
Ren
being able to...
I've actually seen that before in Dragon Priest. I think it's okay. Like, it's... you get a lot of value out of it, and you get another insta-kill.
It's really strong if you have consistent dragons enough. So here, he
right
sees
now
that
he's
not
wondering
freezing.
What kind of secret it is. Like, it has to be only snake or snipe, right?
Yeah, that's true. So Northshire Cleric gonna check for snipe.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not sure I agree necessarily with Northshire here. It's just gonna die for free to that weapon. You get one draw, but you could have just played out Dark Cultist.
I think one draw is enough here, because you look at your hand and you have a pretty good curve for turn 5, and then like turn 6 you can probably do some like Shadow Word, Dark Cultist thing, and then once you get up there you can just play your dragons. So I think it's okay to just play it out, draw a card. Like, you don't really need that much draw, because you're already ahead on hand and on board, so...
Yeah. So a animal companion, it seems like this is some kind of very aggressive hunter that just haven't drawn that well. No one drops. So we're gonna kill the 2/3 instead. Interesting.
The saving grace, I think, for the hunter is that you have this weapon, and it's likely that it's gonna gain more charges right now because you got a taunt, so it has to attack into the minion and proc the snake trap.
Yeah.
Most likely. And as we see in DarkEuphoria's hand, he actually has no way to deal with it other than attack. So he can attack into the 4/4, and you can use the Blackwing if you choose to do so. Also, you can just play the taunt. That also works out pretty well.
I think I like Blackwing more here.
No, but okay. The reason why I think the taunt is actually better is because you don't really have to be the aggressor in this matchup. You don't have to win the game, basically. You just have to prevent the hunter from winning.
That's true. And also, he read the snake trap, or he knows for sure.
Oh, he knows for sure it's a snake trap.
Snake trap. So, not triggering that on this turn is probably a good idea.
That's fine. Like, wait with triggering the snake trap until you actually have some AoE, like Holy Nova or something.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no rush, as I said. You basically have to just chill and let the hunter lose by default, because he doesn't have any more cards. Like, the value of your cards are so much higher than the hunter cards, especially if you're playing against aggressive hunter decks like this.
So, quick shot. Gonna follow up with the bow, maybe?
Yeah.
Not getting damage on...
Kill the Northshire, definitely.
Wow, he didn't.
I guess he wants to... Yeah, if he's playing a really aggressive deck, I guess it makes sense to go for face. But, I don't know.
That was a weird change of pace. So is this gonna be a Corruptor? Just to kill the 4/2 immediately. You have 2 extra mana after that, can't really use it for anything.
Vulcan isn't doing much here.
Nope.
I think you just kill the mana golem.
Yeah, and heal your face.
Heal the face?
Heal the face. That is the place. But yeah, it seems like...
How does the hunter win from this matchup?
BravoMike is not in the worst position here. Or Bravo, I guess. Because he has that snake trap, which puts on a lot of pressure. So, Flare, that's very interesting.
And many hunters started playing Flare because there's so many secret paladins. Like, it's hard to keep up unless you can actually clear the secrets once the mysterious challenger goes out.
But it's a shame because I think he would rather have had just a 2-drop right there instead of wasting mana, especially when right now is the time where he needs the aggression, like needs to push the board.
Yeah, but the priest is kind of locked down right now, because if he attacks into the dude, he's gonna spawn 3 snakes, and the snakes are gonna get knife juggler value.
Yeah, there's a Shadow Word Paint though. He can do Shadow Word, Dark Cultist Worm Rest,
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's the correct play.
I think you definitely have to proc the snake trap on this turn.
Yeah, just get rid of the 5-4 with your 5-4.
Yeah. You give him the snakes, but you can clear one of the snakes and you can play a taunt. And you can heal yourself. Isn't that the play? You could also.
You don't have mana for that.
You could also. No,
I think you need to play cultist. I think you need to play cultist. Something on the board. It's better than 2 health.
I think I would heal myself instead, because the hunter isn't like. You're playing against face hunter. He has a lot of damage, but he doesn't have many sticky minions. So you can most likely deal the minions anyway. You don't really have to. Like I said, you don't have to win the game. You're not in a rush. So think if you.
You go another measure.
I would be afraid to die in this situation, but maybe he heals differently.
Hvilken løsning kan Sureguard tilbyde? En hurtig opbevaringsløsning i en krisesituation. Midlertidig opbevaring til person. Brug for opbevaring. Sureguard har løsningen. Find os på sureguard.dk.
Det var ikke mig. Hvad?
Hvad hedder det? Musikafspiller ting.
What? Nej. Den er slået. What? Okay.
Nobody knows. That.
Well, we're back again after that embarrassing, embarrassing incident. We are not, in fact, sponsored by
Sureguard. Nope.
by any of those firms. So back to the game, I guess.
So here, Vulcan.
Do you Vulcan here?
Do you though? There's no other play.
I guess.
Kind of sucks. Power shield maybe. It's explosive. So you could also just check. Did he disconnect?
Let's hope not.
Is that a disconnect?
Oh well, he did already. Or wait, did he attack?
Did we miss something? I don't think he attacked.
I'm not sure. It seems like the players are waiting to see. It could have been that he already had attacked with everything.
But didn't he play those last turn?
Yeah.
That really changes this game. I think it was in the hands of the priest, but...
Yeah, we heard that the priest player had some connection issues. And if that's the case, then I guess that sucks, but what can you do?
Oh, there's not much time to play anything here.
Oh yeah, he has to play something.
Oh,
okay, he gets
the time back, right?
Yeah. As if you can get to play at least something, then you get the time back. I think you can actually still win from this position. You just have to, you kill the 1-2, right?
Yeah.
And heal yourself.
Just heal yourself, yeah.
Then you can still win.
Oh, not play that, I guess.
No, you definitely heal yourself. You're at 6 health.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so unleash. Does that actually seal the game? No.
That's not enough. It's one off.
Yeah, but you have to get through the explosive trap at some point, and if you can't actually heal yourself, at least.
I guess it's 3 off actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't have to get through the explosive trap. If you have any kind of heal in your deck, you will be able to outlast it. Like if he has the Light of Naru or a Flash Shield or something that heals you more than your opponent's hero power deals.
So here, in this case, I like to kill the spider, because if you can kill at least one of the little ones, you actually overturn to reduce the damage. If you just kill the big one without killing the little ones, then you increase the damage.
That's true.
So Chromagus...
seems like a fine idea. There's not really...
Yeah, play the biggest dude yourself. So you're at 7, and the opponent has how much? 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. 6 damage. So it's 1 off still.
Yeah, the problem is that the hunter is constantly pushing more damage than the priest can heal.
Yeah, you need to heal at least
Like you need a spell or a minion or something. You need something that heals outside of the hero power.
Yeah.
So the question is, if there's Justica True Heart, I think you can swing it. If there's a Light of Naru, the game could swing that way as well. But otherwise, I think it's just a stall game until the hunter finds some burst.
The priest definitely wins here if he can draw any form of field, right? I'm pretty sure, unless, the hunter would have to be really lucky to circumvent any heals. The question is if you would just like unleash here and get the damage through, if you're afraid of a taunt maybe. But I guess it's sort of risky as well.
I think you should just have used Unleash. Oh, power.
Well, there's a lot of cards.
Actually, he might be able to draw into something, and if he duplicates a Light of Naru, I think that seals the game.
Chillmaw.
Huh.
That's actually okay.
It's fine, I guess, but it doesn't really...
Oh,
I would rather see heal, actually.
I don't like that.
Huh.
And now he can't play Chillmaw and heal.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And he won't be able to kill all the minions.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's gonna go a little bit more down in health once again. So he's, has to play the Chillmaw, kill all the minions, or leave one back.
Yeah, but now he won't die to any charge, so...
Yeah, but he dies to burst.
Dies to any burst though, but like for now, he's semi-safe, you could say.
Yeah. Not playing Twilight well.
Oh, Lepino!
That might actually become a problem. Did he just win? Didn't he just win? He can kill...
yeah.
Can he kill Chillmaw?
No, wait, he can't.
He can't kill...
He has 5 damage. So he has to draw... He still has to draw any kind of heal.
That's actually insane. He's just playing out Lebanon here. Yeah.
The question is if he has any heal in his deck.
He needs a heal this turn. And it's not a slide bomb.
That's not it.
Do you have burst enough to
Do you have lethal?
Nah, suicide. It's fine. He knows it.
Could he? No, he
There's
can't
nothing
do it,
to do. Nothing to do. He lost that one turn, and I think that dealt way too much damage to him.
I think it was 1 off lethal, maybe. Wow, that was actually a really close game.
It's sad to see one player disconnect. I guess I'll update the winning situation.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it happens, but it always sucks when it happens, because I'm pretty sure the priest would have won if he didn't disconnect.
Yeah.
Based on, like, what happened after that, but yes, it happens. Now it's 1-0 for BravoMike.
Yeah, on his other deck.
I'm curious. I'm not sure. Like, he did win with the hunter, but maybe the hunter was supposed to win the game anyway. I guess the priest is pretty good against the hunter, so it kind of sucks that you lose that matchup. But
it's not as good as warrior is, because warrior has a way more instant or additional health gain. Like Shield Maiden and, I don't know, Justica, True Heart or Shield Bug, where in Priest, if you only heal the 2 each turn, eventually, we saw in this situation that the hunter is eventually going to burst you down if they get you low enough.
Yeah, but the question is, do you actually play any more heals in that deck?
Yeah, it kind of differs. Sometimes you play Light of Naru, I think a one-off or something. And if you got a Light of Naru off of that duplication Chromagus guy, then that would have helped a lot. But we don't know, maybe he didn't play it whatsoever and the game was lost to begin with, or not to begin with, but after that DC. But maybe it was just longer down in the deck or deeper down.
But yeah, I guess that happens. Could have been an interesting game though. From like, I'm really curious if for the I've seen priest decks play more heals as well. He definitely has Holy Nova. We should.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Holy
that's
Nova,
actually,
would that have been enough?
That's a lot of. If you got 2 of those, I guess you could just play both, clear the board, and get 4 health. Or even just span it over multiple turns. Yeah, definitely. Like any kind of heal would have helped him.
Yeah. Oh, seems like we're ready to get into the next game. And this time it's Warrior versus Priest.
Huh.
And it's the, I guess it's the same Priest deck. Who actually wins this matchup? I think, well, it depends on what kind of warrior it is, I think. If it's Dragon Warrior, I think that's pretty good. If it's just normal warrior, I think Dragon Priest actually wins.
Oh, just tempoing them out?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Because the thing with Priest is it's really good at having high health minions that you can just keep healing.
That's true.
If you can keep healing your minions, then it's really hard to... Like, you have like 4 big removals in warrior. And if you spend all of those on like mid-range creatures, the Priest still has dragons. Like we saw Chromagus, we saw...
That's true, Chromagus can get a lot of value.
Probably has something like Ysera as well.
Yeah.
Vol'jin is also really good. Like all of those minions are going to be hard to deal with.
That's the Holy Nova, so yeah, those were definitely in there.
Yeah. And even something like a Blackwing Technician can actually be hard to deal with because that's 5 health.
That's true.
5 health is really hard to kill like with just 1 weapon charge or something, which is the warrior is usually used to. But the Varian Rin I think is going to be really good. I think
so nothing to do here in turn 2.
Varian Rin is really good against Priest unless you get hit by the Light Bomb. The Light Bomb is like the
it's
ultimate
kind of bad
value
for you
killer.
to play. Like you might even consider not playing Varian Rin because if that gets out a Alexstrasza or Ragnaros and they all die, you just run out of threats in your deck.
Yeah.
And that is really the weakness of Varian Rin is the AoE clears like Shadow Flame and...
Yeah, but it's really limited
Brawl.
amount of AoE clears that can actually clear big minions.
Yeah, but it might be very important in this specific matchup because of Light Bomb, and we have seen that Light Bomb is in there.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm curious as to what the warrior is gonna do now, because he has the weapon, but there's not really a good way to kill this guy. And you can't even play your Acolyte because it actually has 3 damage. Like, so insane. 3/5 on turn 3 is really, really good. Like, even 3 damage is just insane. Because 3 kills just about anything, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't die to Deathbite. So this is gonna be a coins engine, it seems like.
Yeah, plays on 3/5.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card.
Pretty good card.
Pretty good stats.
Oh,
that might be just about perfect.
And
in this situation.
I don't think you could have played that card fast enough. That was just if you could choose a card to draw there, I think you would choose that card.
Not playing Twilight Whelp into the Fire Voice. I guess at
Yeah,
this
I
point
like that.
it might just be an activator for future
For other
Dragon
dragons,
cards.
yeah, exactly. Because if you want to play the Azure Drake next turn, you need an activator for your Blackwing.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the reason why Twilight Whelp is also really good, because it's actually just a cheap activator that if you don't play it in really early game, you can just keep it in hand, which is really nice. But what do you actually do here as the warrior?
You can't really kill it. No execute in sight. Do you just wail on it with the Fire Voice? You know it's gonna be healed up again, so...
Yeah, but if he does, then he can't play a 5-drop, which could be annoying because Dragon Priest has a lot of 5. Yeah, of course, but he also has a 3-drop. So
and 4 drops.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I think I would just play the Acolyte, like just get 1 cycle out of it. Even though it sucks, but like what else are you gonna do? You need to draw something.
Yeah, there's just no play here. Have to play it. Drawing double Fire Voice is also kind of bad in this matchup. He's just gonna go wailing on it, taking a shit ton of damage. I suppose it's gonna be Dark Cultist heal it then.
Could you link the bracket in the Twitch chat, just so people can follow? I think we'll have a link of the brackets soon on the waiting screen, so people can look as well. But yeah, that's what we were talking about. If you hit it, you just gotta get healed, and then he plays Dark Cultist, man.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
And he even got Wormrest Agent, so if needed, he could have played that instead.
But that's the problem with this matchup, is like, Priest just creates hard minions to kill.
Yeah, and
the warrior doesn't really have any minions to deal with it himself.
It's true, and the new Dragon Priest plays more like a mid-range deck, and we know for a fact that warrior usually have a problem with a lot of mid-range minions.
Like, warrior since the dawn of time, warrior has issues dealing with decks like Druid.
Yeah, so many issues, man.
especially Control Warrior. That's why a lot of people are started playing Patron, because it's a bit better against mid-range decks.
Yep.
But Control Warrior is also really good against, or can be really good against other late game decks and aggressive decks as well, depending on what happens, like how you draw. But
Acid Drake here.
mid-range is still a problem, definitely.
Especially when you don't have anything for turn 4 and 5 and 6. You don't even have a Shield Maiden. You would really want a Shield Maiden now.
Yeah, but wouldn't you just save it for next turn, even if you had it, so you can Shield Maiden, Shield Slam?
Might be a good
I think
point.
that's a better line of play. I think here you just Acolyte and then Cruel, just to get the draw out. I don't like the Armor Smith because it just dies free.
Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the Acolyte play. Ping the Acolyte. On the other hand, you could just kill the 4/4 Acid Drake with your weapon and the ping, and just cycle the Acolyte normally.
Speak to me.
And it seems like that is what he's going to do.
That's also okay. You remove the spell power.
Yeah, and he's so low, he needs to remove minions. Of course, he still takes the damage, but that Acid Drake is gonna stack up with even more cards.
Yeah, the thing you wanna consider as a warrior is, even though you're low, you have a lot of different ways to gain armor and in that way effective health. So what you want to do is usually you want to use your weapons and get really low in the early game, or like not that low, but around 15, 16 health. And then at that point, once you have board control with your weapons, you want to start armoring up.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's really the only class that can gain health that effectively. Like, even Priest can't heal that much.
So he opts for Wormwrist Agent over just healing,
Yeah, I definitely like that.
just pushing out board. He knows that BravoMike has a bad hand and haven't played anything for a couple of turns. So Shieldbug is really gonna help Bravo here. Be able to use that Shield Slam, both getting health and also getting the board back a little bit.
But next turn you're just gonna draw 2 cards. It's gonna be really tough. But on the other hand, we're actually moving on to the point in the game where the warrior is starting to catch back. Like, if you can actually play out your variant, like into a like 1 or 2 minions, and you can survive next turn, then it's gonna be hard for the priest to deal with it.
Yeah, Varian is the comeback card in this situation, and he's just gonna have to cross his fingers that a light bomb won't shut off. So this is gonna be double North Shire Cleric. There's the light bomb. Now Varian Ren is useless basically, unless light bomb is somehow baited out by BravoMike before that. And even Acid Drake, just keeping the cycling going. It's really, really strong against Warrior.
Acid Drake in general has always been a strong card against warrior.
Yeah.
Because even if you have the Death Spite, like even the Death Spite kind of sucks.
So how do you like playing Acid Drake here over just double North Shire? Maybe even North Shire heal.
Perhaps he's hoping to get some more damage and then heal with the Holy Nova.
Yeah, that might be the point. Or what he's trying to do. But there's also a limit to how much you want to draw. You don't want to draw, or you don't care for 4 cards necessarily. The 2 is just enough. But I guess this, you could play Sludge Belcher, but
I really like the
using,
Grummash here.
yeah, using Grummash for clear is also nice.
You definitely don't need the burst damage against a class like Priest.
Chill more.
Like, what you need against Priest is just board control that they can't deal with. That's how you win this matchup. And Grummash doesn't really accomplish that, except he's pretty good at gaining board control, because there's almost always a 2-for-1
Yeah,
if you can get a minion killed.
it's a strong card for control.
You just,
Light Bomb.
Light Bomb is pretty good because it doesn't even kill your own cultist.
But that means that the Light Bomb is gone, and now Varian Rin might actually be able to change this game around.
He chooses to use a Northshire here just to curve out. I think that's pretty okay. Like, I think he has.
Just cycle it.
He has generally chosen to want to have his Twilight Drake out for as long as possible, and I think that's the best play.
Yeah. Huh.
Sludge Belcher here. How much is that gonna accomplish? I guess it's gonna give him some armor, because
Just defensive play
Yeah.
until Varian Rin.
that's good, because The turn before you play Varian Rin, you want to build up as much armor as possible.
Ooh, Vol'jin.
Vol'jin here.
I think Warrior is kind of turning this game around now.
All depends on what you get from the Varian. Like, you really want to get those big minions out on the board. If you can get, like, any big dragon or something out, I think it's going to be really good.
It's super interesting that he decides to swap the 1-2 here.
Oh, yeah. And it makes sense. Because you gain less armor for the warrior if you can kill the armor smith before. I think it's a really smart play, actually.
Why not just dies to death by it? But
yeah, but like if he had a death bite, he would have used it before, I think.
So Varian
Rin,
Rin,
go.
Get.
Yeah, this is the only turn you can actually play Varian Rin. Like you just saw the AOE twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like what's the chance he's gonna have even more AOE?
He did just draw his spell share, which is kind of a shame. I think he would have wanted that from the Varian Rin, just to be sure. But I guess you can get a Ysera or a Ragnaros here, might also be really good.
I'm ready for the Ragnaros.
Yeah.
You get the Ragnaros and then you hit the Vol'jin with the Ragnaros. That would be great.
Easy peasy. That's the game plan, right?
Yeah, I think it's time for the armies of Stormwind. Like I can't see any other play. Because there's never going to be a better turn for this. Since you look at the priest hand, he has 6 cards in hand, he has full health, he has the board control. He's definitely going to keep developing his board. Like the only other play is if you had a Brawl in hand, perhaps you could wait a bit.
Yeah, but we see that he is really
Yeah, exactly.
So what do we get here?
You get the army of Stormwind.
Double
aren't you listening?
That's the army.
Oh, the Ysera!
Oh, that's really...
Oh,
that's insane!
Wow.
Oh, that's insane. And even the armor smith is actually...
Yeah, the armor smith is even... And you get the awakens as well.
Holy shit.
Wow. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Man, where are the people who tell me Varian Rin isn't a good card? It's just not that good. Like, did they see this game?
Who tells you that?
Wow. And he doesn't even have any AoE. That's so insane, holy shit.
Yeah, that light bomb, but even the light bomb wouldn't have been that great here. Guess you could have traded in your 6-4 into Ysera, maybe trying to clear it off.
What do you do here? Like, what do you actually do?
Is it a chill more? Just hope that it deals some damage?
I think you can...
Rush him?
Perhaps?
It's just really hard rushing a warrior.
You definitely can't rush him, because he's even got the armor smith. You'd have to at least kill the armor smith unless you want to gain him all the armor back next turn.
Yeah, that's true.
You play double guardian, perhaps. As if you play double guardian, perhaps you can start rushing him.
It's just a shame because all the key cards that Priest had in his arsenal.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's a really funny trade. All the key cards that Priest had for this situation, like he had Light Bomb, he had Vol'jin for that Ysera. All of those cards were used 1 or 2 turns before the
Yeah, exactly. And he even has the awakens now. Like, okay, he can actually.
He can steal something.
No, he can clear the board, and he can steal a big dragon, I think.
Yeah, that's true. He can steal a 3/4 Twilight Guardian by... Yeah, it's gonna get buffed by...
Is it gonna get buffed though?
I think
I'm actually not
it's
sure.
gonna survive, right? So you hit the Sylvanas into the 3/6, then you use the Ysera Awakens.
I guess you can hit first.
That means that all the minions except Twilight Guardian is gonna...
No, it's fine. If you hit with Sylvanas first, you gain 1 more armor. Like, it was the
Yeah. It's got like it's 100% gonna be a 3/4 if he decides to use Awakens, but it seems like that. What?
Oh, I guess Whirlwind as well.
He's gonna use Whirlwind instead.
Fine.
I guess that is okay.
I guess that's the way to gain the most armor that turn, I think. And that's smart, because the only way you lose at this point, I think, is to...
Chromagus might be able to outvalue this.
Oh my god. Another Awakens. And he has his own Ysera, and Ysera doesn't actually get damaged by Awakens, even if your opponent's Ysera, so...
But that 5/1 Sylvanas, though.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that shit?
You try to heal it, and hope that somehow your heal does damage instead. How about that?
You hope that Orkanite just magically hits the board. right when you do it.
Yeah.
Is this Blackwing Corruptor?
You could also play Chillmore, perhaps.
I guess Chillmore is actually okay.
The other choice is Corruptor, but I'm not even sure you actually need to kill the Sylvanas. I think I think Chillmore. I think Chillmore is the only play I would see here. Like it sucks. It's not a good play, but like you have to do something. Like you can even.
Blackwing Corruptor is okay. You can make it pretty big, which is actually.
Yeah, but it gets stolen.
Yeah, that's true. That's not what you want.
You can make it pretty big, then give it to your opponent as a gift.
Just do it.
I guess that's nice.
Oh, it disconnect again.
Wow. Yeah, he disconnected. He just came online. Ah, that sucks.
That really sucks for him.
Wow.
These priest games, man. It seems like it's going in his favor.
Perhaps if you know you're gonna disconnect, you should probably have brought some faster decks.
That's true.
you don't want to play priest and get into 30-minute games. But yeah, I guess this time, like even with the disconnect, even without the disconnect, I think it would have been hard for him to win this game.
But it's kind of lame, right? Because all the players are playing on the same network.
Ah, but it's not the network. It's his. I think it's his iPad or something. I think it's bad or something.
Which just what crashes?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess so.
It's not the network. I'm pretty sure.
It gets too hot.
Yeah, it's definitely not the internet because everyone is playing on the same net and there isn't any real problems with it. But yeah.
But yeah, this
BravoMike is waiting as long as possible for him to get back.
Yeah, fair enough. Is this an execute turn? No. Just go face and play the Shield Maiden, right?
I actually skipped his turn, I think, but yeah, it doesn't matter. DarkEuphoria would have lost.
He tried, I guess.
He went offline as well. So I think we're gonna wait a little bit, see if he comes back.
But that's a win for the Warrior, right?
Yeah, the Warrior wins the game. DarkEuphoria is offline. Man, that sucks, but yeah, the thing is...
The game was going in Warrior's favor after that Varian win there. It was really crazy, actually. Just DarkEuphoria was so far ahead with his priest deck, and then Varian Win got him exactly what he needed. Like Armor Smith for more health, and Sylvanas, so there's nothing you could do to try and like rush the board.
Yeah.
And then Ysera just to get you value back.
Could you have gotten 3 better cards?
I guess you could have gotten a Ragnaros that would have sniped the Vulcan, right?
I guess that's true. Okay, with that 3 combination, the only thing you could actually lose to was if their opponent has lethal next turn.
Yeah, or Light Bomb.
Yeah, Light Bomb, I guess. But like, if you had gotten, I don't know, if you had gotten Sludge Belcher instead of the Armor Smith, I think that would have been better.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of the same situation there.
But yeah, definitely the Varian Win turned the game 100%. It was some good RNG there off the top of his deck, playing 2 big legendaries. How much mana did he play from the top of his deck? It was like 11 plus 6, 17. That's a lot, man. So is DarkEuphoria actually gonna... Yeah, he's back again, I think. And yeah, I think they're preparing to battle, which means that DarkEuphoria has to win 3 games in a row with all of his 3 decks against what deck? Is it Shaman?
Against whatever.
Oh, Paladin.
Oh, the last deck from BravoMike is Paladin, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's Paladin, says so on the overlay as well. Nice overlay.
Nice overlay. So it is aggressive as fuck, Paladin. And he got the kind of dream. You don't really want the secrets in your hand, but if you have Secret Keeper,
no, I think
it gets
those exact secrets are kind of okay, because those are actually the secrets that affect early game board the most.
That's true.
Like you don't want the guy that buffs all guys, and you don't want
Redemption's on one. I think that is actually a mistake.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake too.
I understand if BravoMike is afraid of Fiery Warx here. And wait, did he just draw an extra card?
No, he skipped his turn instantly.
Oh.
as the spectator.
Spectator mode for you. Double secret keeper.
Yeah, and even if one dies, it returns to health, so that's quite good. I think right now, the best card to actually draw next turn would be a secret, just because you have 2 secret keepers.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Even though it's kind of counterintuitive since you want the secrets in your deck.
But it's not that bad. Like his hand currently is pretty good.
And you draw an advantage, that's also really great in the early game.
Is it better though?
Oh, you
could
play
just
both.
play Knife Juggler Advantage, I think.
I would play, Get Down. Because if he gets a weapon and he attacks with the weapon, you spawn the dude, take the weapon hit, and then shoot him for 1.
On the other hand, if he gets the weapon now, Avenge will make one of your guys even stronger.
Yeah.
This seems like it's gonna be a tough game to win for DarkEuphoria. Getting double secret keeper and the secrets to fuel it is really hard to come back from.
Yeah, like this, the last secret is just gonna make it insane. It's gonna give him 2 3/4s and a Knife Juggler.
Yeah.
Like usually you want to kill the Knife Juggler first, but if your opponent has 2 3/4s that keep growing, like you can't even kill the Knife Juggler first.
So he's gonna trade. Interesting. I think there was actually merit to just not giving a shit about the cross
The Knife
there.
Juggler would
Yeah, and just not care. Just do the damage. Because at this point, you're pretty much so much behind in draws that the way back is to get
So
what's it
Michael,
called? Divine? No. What's it called? The 3 mana that draws you a new hand against control?
Divine Favor?
Yeah, Divine Favor. You want Divine Favor, and in that case, you don't care about your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
And even if you don't draw Divine Favor, he's not going to be able to play all of his cards anyways. So, but of course you give him more options.
So here
This whirlwind is really
you
good.
make sure to buff that guy with Avenge, which is really well played.
And then execute.
Yeah, execute exactly. So it was actually perfect play here from
Yeah,
DarkEuphoria.
he just won there. I hadn't actually looked at his hand, but that was a really good play there.
It was kind of a little bit tricky sequencing because it's not really intuitive to make sure your guy gets hit for 1 damage or 2/1. But the reason why he played the 2/1 first is to make sure he killed every single minion except the one that was hurt.
Yeah.
So that one would get buffed 100% and he could execute it, which was really well played.
Huh. This game is turning into the DarkEuphoria's favor now.
Yeah, Patron is really good at turning those games sometimes. Who would have known that Patron is a good deck? Huh?
Yeah, all those whirlwinds are really good against Paladin here.
Yeah, Patron, I think this is also like the reason why he wanted to play Patron first. Like you gain a bit of confidence because
The perfect draw here.
Yeah.
Oh,
talk about the perfect draw, eh?
Mysterious Challenger, man. That's a crazy draw.
Oh
There we
my
go.
God.
The Christmas tree is up.
Christmas, boys. Wow. So what do you actually do here? Like you can't even attack with your 2/4 because you're just gonna spawn more minions. I don't like the Patron here.
Oh, the patron does nothing. Oh, does patron work if your opponent reduces it to 1 health?
No. I think
So if he plays patron, he's gonna get wrecked.
I
He
think
won't
you-
be able to crew Taskmaster.
I'm pretty sure you play Emperor there. Like,
Good how
even
it
though it makes no sense because you have Repentance, but like just playing the Emperor, getting the effect, I think would have been really good.
Huh. I think this is actually a good read. He knows that it's Repentance, and yes, he said that having 1 health Emperor doesn't matter, but it will just die to that 1/1. And you want something on the board to contest at 6/6.
Yeah.
I think in this situation it's actually better just to play more minions.
Yeah, actually, I think he shouldn't have attacked there, because when you attack in that situation, all you
just-
do is add like 3, 6, 7, 8 damage
Yeah,
to
and
the
in
board.
the end, I think Cruel Taskmaster should have been out and hit the 2/1,
Yeah,
just to reduce the board. He knew that the last secret was 100% going to be that card.
is
compared
that
to
lethal?
Spirit.
No. Wait,
So-
5.
and just face with the rest. Maybe trade the spider.
I think he had lethal there.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, he had exact lethal. He had exact lethal.
15, 17. No, he was one off.
No, he had 21, bro.
How does that add up? That's 10,
Okay,
15,
that's 10,
15, 17,
21.
21. Yeah, look at his health, dude.
Yeah, he
It's
gained
22.
1 because he attacked Armorsmith,
Oh,
bro.
that's true.
Yeah,
Game one, that's true.
so he actually had lethal there, but
Huh. So BravoMike might be able to throw it away. But it's gonna be tough.
it's gonna be tough to lose this game though.
Yeah. What can he draw? What can DarkEuphoria use here?
Brawl, and then Lepanome wins.
Oh man.
Or not Lepanome, Loot Hoarder. Get the Brawl? No.
Nope.
And this is why I wanted to see the Emperor last turn, because yeah, you're right that it gets reduced to 1 health, but like you still get the effect. And still a trade that he has to make. He would have lost anyway if the opponent had known he had lethal. But I think the big mistake here, if we just change
Was
the order.
letting your opponent draw the perfect turn 6 draw. Like, there was nothing. Like, the Paladin player had. What did he even have? 1 spider? He had nothing on board.
Yeah.
And no hand against the warrior with a 8-card hand or something like that. And he played 1 card, Mysterious Challenger, that just changed the game around on itself,
Yeah.
by itself.
But I think the big mistake there, and a lesson to everyone who plays against Secret Paladin on the ladder currently, is when they do that, when they have that field of all the secrets, if you can't actually kill something, if you only have 1 minion that can attack, you should never attack. Because what happens is, you proc the get down, he dies,
Yeah, that's true
he
as well.
respawns, and then he gets 1 more minion that gets buffed, and he gets the Avenge as well.
Yeah, that's
So you just added 8 damage to the opponent's board and actually lost him the game. So if he hadn't attacked there, he wouldn't have lost the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a little lesson. But anyway, I think we're gonna go quickly and find a new
game.
match.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep. So enjoy the music.